Let's use the trig ratios. So we're going to make a triangle. I'm going to say that this is 5 and this is 12. And we're going to call these corners C, A, B. We actually can figure out how long that is. This is the hypotenuse side. If you want, you can pause the video and figure it out. If you're not sure, it's just Pythagoras. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. And if you work it out, this turns out to be 13. And so the question is, I'm going to ask, what is the sine of this triangle? So to find the sine of this triangle, what we have to do is we have to name the sides. So I know that this side is the hypotenuse, because it's opposite the right angle. And now we have to find the opposite side. And the opposite side is, it's not clear actually which side is the opposite side, because we're missing something. We're missing the angles. We need to actually, if I say sine by itself is a meaningless concept. What is the sine of the triangle? The answer is, there is no answer. You need the sine of something. So for example, I might say, what is the sine of A? And now what I'm saying is I want the sine of this. So this is going to be our special angle. So I want the sine of A. And once we know what the angle is, we can name the appropriate sides. So that's A, this is our angle, so this is the opposite side. And then this over here is the adjacent side. So what's going to happen here is the sine of A is, from the previous page, it was the opposite over the hypotenuse, which in this case is, the opposite is 5, the hypotenuse is 13. So the sine of A in this triangle is 5 over 13. Similarly, I want cos and tan. So I want cos of A, tan of A. So cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse. If we go back, let's go back to our summary here. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 12, hypotenuse is 13. So the cosine of A is 12 over 13. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be opposite over adjacent, which is going to be 5 over 12. Now let's say I then said, what is the sine of B? So what happens is now, since I said sine of B, that's no longer our angle. We've chosen a different angle. So now this becomes our angle. This is, now B is our special angle. And that changes some things. So hypotenuse is still the hypotenuse, but now since that's our chosen angle, this becomes the opposite, and this one becomes the adjacent. So the definition of the opposite and adjacent changes depending on which angle we have chosen. So now the sine of B, which is opposite of our hypotenuse, is going to be 12 over 13. And then if I want the cos of B and the tangent of B, so the cos of B and the tangent of B, cosine of B is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 5 over 13, and the tangent of B is going to be opposite over adjacent, which is going to be 12 over 5. We can't do sine of C because C can never be the chosen angle. It's always going to be one of the other two angles.